Before you scroll away, I want you to think about the one thing that's been stealing your peace lately. Maybe it's money, maybe it's your future, maybe it's a relationship, or maybe it's something you haven't told anyone about. Now here's what I want you to do. Stay with me until the end of this video because I'm going to share 3 powerful questions that can help break the cycle of overthinking and bring peace back into your life. And trust me, the third question is the one most people never ask themselves. Jesus says, "My child, you are thinking about things I have already placed in my hands." Think about that for a moment. How many hours have you spent worrying this week? How many times have you replayed the same conversation, the same mistake, or the same fear in your mind? Here's something surprising. Most overthinkers believe they're preparing for the future, but in reality, they're suffering twice. Once in their imagination and once in real life. That's exactly what fear wants. Fear wants you to live in a future that doesn't even exist yet. And that's why Jesus often spoke about today. Not next year, not next month, today. Because peace can only be experienced in the present moment. But there's something even deeper happening. Remember Peter walking on water? Most people focus on the miracle, but look closer. The storm didn't stop. The wind didn't stop. The waves didn't stop. What changed? Peter's focus. The moment he looked away from Jesus and focused on the storm, fear took control. Now let me ask you something. What storm are you staring at right now? Is it your bank account? Your future? Your health? A broken relationship? Because whatever has your attention eventually gains influence over your emotions. Peter didn't sink because the storm was strong. He sank because fear became stronger than faith. And that leads us to the first question. Whenever you start overthinking, ask yourself, am I focusing on the problem or on God's power? Take a moment and be honest. Most of us spend 90% of our time studying the problem and only 10% trusting God. Imagine reversing that. Imagine spending more time remembering God's faithfulness than analyzing your fears. How different would your life feel? But that's only the first question. The second one is even more powerful. Ask yourself, has God helped me before? Think back to a difficult season in your life. There was a time when you thought you'd never make it. What if God is already working on the answer? Think about that. What if the delay isn't rejection? What if the closed door is protection? What if the silence is preparation? What if God is arranging things behind the scenes that you cannot see yet? Most people assume that because they can't see God working, He isn't working. But that's not how faith works. Faith means trusting God even when you don't have all the answers. A farmer doesn't dig up a seed every day to check if it's growing. He trusts the process. And sometimes God asks us to do the same. Trust Him when you don't understand. Trust Him when you're waiting. Trust Him when you're afraid. So let's review. The next time overthinking attacks your mind, ask these 3 questions. Am I focusing on the problem or God's power? Has God helped me before? What if God is already working on the answer? Those 3 questions won't magically remove every problem, but they can shift your focus from fear to faith. And often that's where peace begins. Jesus is saying to someone watching right now, "My child, stop carrying what you've already prayed about. Give it to Him. Trust Him. Rest in Him. Because the God who guided you yesterday is already waiting in your tomorrow." If this message spoke to your heart, comment, "I choose faith over fear." And if you want more messages that strengthen your faith and help you overcome anxiety, subscribe and watch the next video on this channel. God bless you.